Hello, I'm Dennis Neal here at the International Vatican Conference, and we're talking to Richard Lui about selflessness and caregiving. Thanks for being with us, Richard. First, let's just start with this conference. A lot of medical conferences you go to covering for NBC News, very narrow and specialized. This one's very broad-based with all kinds of experts. How is that important and how does it help you?
Dennis, great chatting with you. And as a subject matter expert, this is different. This is because of its difference, it's special. And those who are practitioners understand that when you can bring various heights, various sizes, various backgrounds, all together, that you get a better idea and a better plan to move forward. So I think the interdisciplinary approach, I'm a little biased about that, to be honest, given that, I had a liberal arts education, small L. This is that energy, right, Dennis? This is that very force behind a gathering like this. When I was first speaking with one of the organizers, Sherry, and I was like, well, what is this? It's everything, but it is also one thing. And if you can do that, that is really something else. So it is a special gathering.
It's everything, but it's also one thing. That's a great answer.
It's like a burrito, Dennis. It's like if you're from California, it's like a burrito. It's all in one, but it's got a whole bunch of different things in it.
Okay. You have a new book coming out. Enough about me, The Unexpected Power of Selflessness. Now, what practical advice can you give us to help us be more selfless in the way we live our own lives?
I think of the purpose of the gathering, it is a very selfless purpose. And if we can think about the ideas that are both big and small along the way, and realize that it takes a lot of players to get that done in small ways, the very cover of the book itself has a lot of dots in a circle. And the reason why it's a lot of dots in a circle is it shows that through a lot of everyday efforts, a lot of individual efforts, yours, mine, and many other contributors, that we can come together and form something that can move forward in a circle, if you will, in ripples, if you might look at it that way, as in addition to that. And so the book tries to be an instruction manual. It tries to be an self-help book to live a big idea, but in bite-sized ways.
Now, this conference is exploring mind, body, and soul. And we know that a healthier mind leads to a healthier body. Now, is there actually, though, scientific evidence that you can cite that says being selfless can make us more attractive?
I am so glad you're asking that, because throughout the book, Dennis, this is not the purpose of being selfless, right? So that you can live longer, live healthier, and look better. But it is true. There are studies, and I will look to my note to make sure, since we are here with so many big brains, it's very important. This is a study in 2004 for evolution and human behavior. And what they did is they looked at students at an archaeological project who ranked themselves before and after the project. And as much as doubling, in one case, in the polling between the students, the appearance of being attractive. And this is because, absent of understanding who was selfless and who was not, once they realized who was, and there was one individual, she was a 3.5. At the end, she was double that. That is really something, again, for the evolution in human behavior. And there's other studies and other details that we can go through with that. We even practiced it on myself for a moment, and self-ish Richard came in at a 6.4. This you don't ever want to know what your numbers are. After we looked at selfless Richard was 7.1. So on my best day, I'm a 7, and I really didn't want to know that. We were kind of having fun with it to say, yes, it does actually. When we polled like 1,000 people. Clearly not friends of mine anymore, but that's exactly what we got in terms of the numbers.
Well, that's an especially tough scale that must be judged. I think you're more than a 7.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I should have got you on the study.
Thank you so much, Richard Lui, for being with us here at the International Vatican Conference.
Real honor. Thank you so much, Dennis.